day this game came out, not just global, but in beta, Molt had dominated the search results with dozens of Clash Royale videos ready to go. And Ted.
Case for Ted. The Korean also worked in Clash of Clans for a long time before making the jump to Royale. Looks like he's going to start off with a little bit cheaper, slower, Tombstone in the back, soaking some damage from Molt's Executioner here.
Inferno Dragon is a good matchup against the, whoa, Giants!
I called it, get wrecked from hand. We got a Giant Skelly out of Molt in here, moving out on that left lane.
And I think the Inferno Dragon's going to survive. Whoa, what a good tornado!
Pulls them all in, and that Giant Skelly Bomb would have taken him out if it weren't for the Executioner.
Great play there. You were wondering what kind of Molt is going to show up today? It's the one who's here to ball out. So he has a 500 damage advantage over Ted. Ted has revealed his deck now. We got some sort of balloon deck. I think it looks more like a lava loon deck than a balloon cycle deck to me. So Molt's going to have to figure out what he can do to stop it in the air. He's got the Executioner Tornado combo, but he's got to play it in the right way, right? You can always juke and end up playing the balloon in the other lane.
Killer plays as always from Molt. He's starting off a little bit slower this time. He's going to defend against this big Lava Hound push coming in from Ted. A Goblin Hut, the option of choice here to provide a little bit of anti-air and distraction for this big flying creator.
My curiosity is if the Goblin Hut is far enough to pull it out. It doesn't look like it. The Lava Hound is just going to go right for it. The balloon plate on the far side, if it does come out, would also probably not go for the Goblin Hut. Great Executioner, though, picking off Lava Pups. And the Mega Minion is just chopping away at that Goblin Hut. Poor old Goblin Hut didn't last very long at all.
One tiny little Spear Goblin is left. Can Molt turn this into a counter push, or is he going to be rebuffed at the bridge?
These hits on the Tombstone, you know, they're unfortunate, but at the same time, Tombstone has a pretty short lifespan. So if you get just a little bit of damage on it, you can take it out quickly and nothing kills a Tombstone like an Executioner. The Axe takes the Tombstone out on the way in, and on the way out, takes out the Skeletons.
Nice Tornado. Buys a hit onto that left side tower from the Executioner, taking it down to 1684. Another Executioner right on the nose.
I was going to say, the risk is he doesn't have Tornado anymore, so he cycled 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards. He's got to get 1 more card on the field.
Oh no, the Ice Wizard gets frozen himself.
Big advantage there for Molt as the Spear Goblin and the right side tower finished off that balloon. If that balloon had connected to the tower under a freeze, Molt might have dropped the tower, but instead, he's still in the lead, both in elixir and damage.
Dude, this Executioner has a lot of health. I mean, he dies to a rocket, but he's got a lot of beefy stats there. He can hold on to pretty much anything else besides that. Giant Skeleton marching out in front, and it looks like he will be able to take out a big chunk of the defense set up by Ted here. Bob goes off, killing the Inferno Dragon.
And he's got 2 Executioners now. This is not looking good for Ted's offense. The challenge for Molt is converting this into an actual damage. He's doing a great job keeping the Lava Loon off, but the Tombstone is pretty holding off a lot of stuff on his side.
Poison goes down, a little bit of reliable chip damage from Molt. Here he is all about that splash damage. Getting into that base hard on the left side, whittling it down as well as he can. I think that left side is actually still above half hit points, but Ted is slowly but surely losing this battle of attrition. Right side attack from this Lava Hound is not going to be able to block anything that Molt's sending in, and this Giant Skeleton's about to reach the tower.
Molt smells blood as soon as the Lava Hound came down. He got it close, and that bomb is going to blow it up as Molt goes up 1-0 over Ted.
Well played. Gaming with Molt is absolutely tearing it up right now. It's my favorite. The popcorn one's pretty funny too, though. Have you seen all 4 of them?
Yes, of course I have. I haven't. I just noticed, though, this might be the 2 shortest names playing today. Molt versus Ted. I like it. Single syllable names.
Oh, yeah.
Easy to cast. Easy to cast. Here comes a log taking out the Goblin Gang, and the bats get picked off in short order. No damage dealt to that tower besides the few little spear thrown. And a pump comes down. Molt's going in with the punish. Golem, not the fastest punish in the world, but Ted is going to have to really work to come up with some damage to stop that. Hog Rider coming in. The Golem Hog Rider is not a deck you see normally, but it connects to the tower. And the Zap is going to reset it onto the Hog Rider.
Not enough damage to take out those goblins, though. They have a little bit of health left. They will die to this Golem explosion, but that is a massive punish from Molt. Left side tower is going to get taken out by these Golemites as they continue to pummel away.
And that tower has 15 health left, just within range of
Why do I call these things if they're not going to happen?
But Golem Cannon Card is on the counterattack. This might be a trade of towers very shortly here. The Cannon Card is picked off, though, outside of the range of the tower, allowing the Mini P.E.K.K.A free to chop that thing in half. Wow, really good defense by Molt here. He's getting off to a good start. Another pump comes down for Ted, though. Ted has a minute 40 to use that extra elixir to turn this around.
Cloven in twain. The Golem chopped apart, becomes 2 little Golemites. Left side tower for Molt at half health, but the Hog Rider over on the right side is getting even more work done. Molt's ready to go for the 2 crown if need be.
The hard part is stopping the cannon cart on defense. I really like the bats here, though, because they pick it off before it gets into range, turning that cannon cart into a big old donut. No damage done to that right side tower.
I always get triggered whenever I hear the cannon cart die, and I'm like, oh my god, did they just play a giant like right on the bridge?
Yeah.
It sounds like a giant deploy whenever he goes down.
Supercell, please. The golem is coming down there on the left side. Let's see what's coming into support. He could do cannon cart, he could do mega minion, could do minions. He's got one more card.
How about mini P.E.K.K.A? That's my preferred option. Whoa! Golem is zoned to block the incoming hits, but that's not going to be able to take care of the golem.
Poison comes down and it's going to weaken the tower. This tower is definitely going down. Ted is taking it. Molt is taking it. Now, when we go to the next two towers, I actually think Molt has a pretty good advantage. Besides just having the damage advantage, he might be able to get some hits on this Elixir Collector, nullifying its play altogether.
That's what he needed. I was about to say, if Ted is able to get away with this Elixir Collector, he'll have a lot more juice to play around with him, might be able to get the win, but the punish there from Molt absolutely hurts hard. Ted is going to be reeling from that last hit, and even though he's at 10 Elixir now and has a pretty good stage presence, he's going to be on the lookout for this right side goal. This is just going to be potentially just a 2-1 game here with only 15 seconds left.
We might be trading 2 more towers if both of these go down in the next 10 seconds or so. I'm more worried about Molt. The Spear Goblin.
Cannon cart connects. Right side's getting torn apart. Molt's in a lot of trouble. Golem's finishing off, and this actually will be a 3-crown base race.
Cannon carts are shredding it, and Ted ties it up. Wow, that's
Maulers.
And here we are starting off the game. Ted's going to open up with a tombstone in the middle. Great defensive building just to put out there and say, yeah, I'll do the best I can with this.
Yeah, try to shut it down if you can.
Oh,
nice tornado, though. He's taking a page out of the tower tornadoes.
Well,
tries to get the king activated, but nope.
Yeah, so we mentioned earlier that it's possible to kind of miss tornadoes, and then it feels kind of bad. And it looks like that was a feel-bad moment there because the king tower did not get activated.
Log rolls through the Musketeer, actually pushes her out of range. Unfortunately, she will survive as a result of that knockback. Let's see if Ted's going to leverage her in a counterattack now, trying to tear Molt's left side tower.
Might have Miner in hand, but opts not to play it, instead to build the Elixir back up. Both these players are trending towards 10 Elixir, trying to build up whatever their game plan is. You never, like, some decks really like to constantly play and never hit 10 Elixir. Spellbait's one of those decks. You constantly keep the tempo up, Miner Poison, very similar. Not the case for either of these two decks, which seem like they're building up towards something pretty impressive.
Spear Goblin's hut in the center. He's definitely focusing on the left side tower. Ted wants to go for the right. Oh, wait, maybe for the left? Oh, he's just clipping the Executioner and the tower and the hut at the same time. Good value.
Good value.
There, yeah.
Nothing's going to die, but you're lowering the amount of damage the Executioner can do to your tower. You're lowering the amount of damage the Goblin Hut's going to do over time. And gets rid of that building in the middle of the field so you can play like Hog Rider or something.
Ice Spirit a little bit too far away to be able to stop the Executioner out the back on that one, and Musketeer reaching the bridge just a little bit too close this time. Advantage for Molt as he goes on the counterattack with his favorite card, Giant Skeleton, marches across the bridge, but look out for this big ol' Mega Knight.
Great pull there. Oh, it could have pulled him back maybe a little further. I think the idea there was to pull the Mega Knight so close to the tower that the Giant Skeleton would walk up, die within range, and still blow up on the tower.
It's a great play and hard to pull off.
Very hard.
Gotta give it to Molt for even trying. But yeah, Ted keeps drilling in on the right side.
It leaps over to the middle, doesn't hit the Goblin Hut though, buying a few more bits of damage, and the Mega Knight goes down before getting a second attack. That Goblin Hut stands strong, and it's going to continue to contribute damage onto that left side. Both players so defensive. I feel like we've watched in all these games, they're able to really hold off each other's pushes, but struggle to push that damage through. Spells, Miner, very good in this matchup because it allows you to completely bypass the bridge-based defense.
Ted has just been hammering away at that right side. It seems like all the action's happening on the left lane, but slowly but surely, Ted's clever defense, Musketeer taking out the smaller, splashy troop, Executioner over there, and Mega Knight being able to womp on this poor Giant Skeleton has left Ted's Miners with ample opportunity to be able to knock that right side down to triple digits.
Oh, jumps into the bomb and dies. The Mega Minion will not, or the Mega Knight will not be counterattacking. Great job with the zap there, taking them out, and this Miner is going to get it even lower. Good game comes out of Molt. He thinks it's over, but not quite yet, but I understand why he feels that way because these Giant Skeletons have not been going anywhere.
Not at all. Stopped short by the Mega Knight. Great counter in Ted's deck. He's trying to pull that guy back and get him a little closer to the tower. The goal here of getting the Giant Skeleton bomb to go off seemed to work well in the other game that he played, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Ted not gonna get fooled again.
And I think that Zap plus Poison plus Miner will be enough, and Ted is going to come back and take the match 2-1. Royale.